Hey guys, what's up? Alex here, and this is quite the saucy topic this week. I'm excited. Special shout out to Kip. Thanks for your honesty, dude. I appreciated your video. So sex and intimacy. Well, I thought I would start with the loss of my virginity. I first had sex when I was 21. I was a little bit older. I think part of it was being trans and not knowing how to express myself sexually. But I think another probably bigger piece for me was being sexually abused as a child and into adolescence. I didn't know what healthy expression looked like, and I was just kind of closed off and didn't know how to connect with people physically. I'm still a little awkward, honestly, as far as like affection goes. And I think a lot of that is a history of sexual abuse. But my first love, she and I went to high school together, and then we started dating in college, and we dated for quite some time, and then we actually broke up, and then we had sex after our breakup. But I just wasn't in a space to really be intimate with someone, and it makes me feel bad because I think she took it as personal rejection because I wasn't able to articulate what the hell was going on. I wasn't out as trans. She knew I'd been abused, but it's hard when your partners are women, because I think women are just so sensitive, and we're still friends today, so that's great. I'm glad that I can kind of vocalize that it wasn't her, it was just me. Like, it really was me. I really just was incapable of being intimate. But so the first time I had sex was with her, and actually it's kind of cool. We were driving through Vegas, and I was like, "You want to go to the Bellagio for the night?" So we had Fountain View rooms at the Bellagio, and we went to Zumanity, which is a pretty spicy Cirque du Soleil performance, and I'm glad I waited, because she's great, and it was, it was a pretty special moment in my life, So that was before I came out. That was definitely, like, there's some things going on internally that I hadn't really worked through in therapy, but I'm glad that we're able to be friends, and that she's patient and loving and understanding, and it's cool. So as far as like identity and coming out and such, I was thinking about my sex life pre-coming out, post-coming out, after surgery, after testosterone. So some of these actually may or may not apply to me, because I'm just like 1 week on T. But pre-coming out, coming out as trans, I primarily dated women. As far as my relationships go, I only dated women because it gendered me male. The women that I dated always made me the boy, and I was just more comfortable with that role. So my relationships were always with women. Now, I had sex with men, just not relationships. And the thing that I really like about having sex with guys is it's just sex. It's just, hey, you want to come over, play a game on the Wii, have sex, and eat a bratwurst? Like, it was just like, what are you doing tonight? Like, and it was funny because one of my partners in Ohio, it's funny, like, this big black dude, he was like, "You're not like any girl I've ever had sex with." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm not like any girl." And I didn't know I was trans at the time. I hadn't come out yet to myself. But, yeah, sex with guys is just so, alright, dude, see ya. Like, it was just friends having orgasms. Like, it wasn't the drama that sex with women tends to be, or at least in my experience. So that's why I think I kind of, more of my partners have been male than female, though I never identified as straight, right? So it's just kind of this strange, my friend's like, "Alright, so you're a lesbian who has sex with men," and I was like, "Yeah, whatever." And then after I came out 2 years ago, and I've only had one sexual partner since I've come out, and he was a guy, and we had a relationship. He was my boyfriend. We met in Korea. We actually met in an English bookstore, and we just had this really instant connection. I didn't necessarily know if I was open to a relationship with a guy, but our connection was so intense, there was like no question about it. And also, he has cerebral palsy, and I had never been confronted with whether or not I would date someone with a physical disability. And of course, there was no question with how immediate our connection was. It was just like, it was really intense. And he's a really good guy. Because of his physical limitations, like we had our positions, like I normally had to be on top. And that was a little dysphoric because I was just acutely aware of my chest and gravity, and I wasn't ever like a shirts off kind of guy, though I think I probably could have used that sometimes. So the dysphoria that I experienced with my sexual relationship post coming out it was just the nature of our positioning, that's all. It wasn't that I had a vagina, it wasn't that, I mean, it was kind of boobs related too, but it was okay. Like, it wasn't a big deal. And he had never dated a guy. He never really had much exposure to LGBT stuff. He's a straight identified dude who happened to be connected to a female-bodied, male-identified person, you know, and he was a champ. Like, you know, having no exposure, he would correct himself with pronouns, and like, I'd have my packy in the soap dish, and he's like, is this your wiener, or is it mine? And, or he'd say, my boyfriend has the best vagina ever, you know, like, it was just, it was real chill, and he was a really good guy. And actually, I just talked with him, like a week ago, and he was checking to see how he's doing after surgery, and he's teaching in the Middle East now, so I'm really excited for him. It's an adventure, for sure. So, yeah, I didn't really, you know, I don't have a problem with penetrative sex. That's what I have. I have a vagina, I have a vaginal canal, I have orgasms that way, and I can see why it would be difficult for guys who are, like, cock-identified. I don't know if I'm cock-identified. I actually, the thing that's kind of surprising and funny is the only line that I ever had with my female partners, and actually a couple of my male partners, were curious if I was into wearing a strap, and I couldn't do it. Like, I could not think of myself strapping in, and I think that was because it was too close to home. I do like to wear a packy, and if I didn't have a packy, I'd wear my Superman socks as a packy, but, you know, like, that's never been a part of my bedroom activity, and I think I would be interested in pursuing that. I think also, like, the share would be cool, where that's, like, inserts into me, and then it's, like, a hands-free, strap-free kind of phallus. I think that'd be cool. So, yeah, I've, like I said, I've only had one sexual partner since I've come out, and that was actually, like, 1.5 years ago. As far as sex after T, you know, I'm 1 week on T, so I haven't had any sexual partners in my 1 week. Sex after surgery, again, I'm only 3 weeks post-op. Though this is kind of funny. So, I have, like, these little T-Rex arms, and you just can't reach anything. And I got horny the other night, and I don't think it was actually testosterone-related horniness. I just think it was being bored and sitting at home and not having an orgasm for the last month. And I was like, oh, God damn it, like, I just can't even reach anything. It was totally, it threw me off. But, yeah, I think, you know, a lot of guys, I've seen videos on it where there's, like, a concern for people who have no problem using their sexual organs despite their gender identity, right? Like, if a trans woman likes to have penetrative sex with her penis, that maybe she's not really trans, or if a trans man that likes to have penetrative sex with his vagina, then maybe he's not really trans. And I know that that'd be something that I would be hesitant to disclose, like, in a medical professional setting, because I don't know if I'd be denied treatment, or I don't know, it would be an issue. But as far as you know, my stuff goes, I'm cool with what I got. I'm so glad I have surgery. I think that's a huge piece for me. But I know that the farther along you get on T, it tends to be a little bit more dysphoric as far as lower procedures go. You know, my insurance actually does cover bottom procedures, so it's something that I could realistically have, you know, assuming that I have some growth and And I think I would for sure do a free up or a release, a clit release, but I don't know if I would do a testicular implants or like a full metodio, because I like orgasms. I don't I don't care if I have to be fingered to get them. I want to have an orgasm, goddammit, you know? So yeah, I'll see. I just figure I'm going to take it one step at a time and see where I'm at, if that's something that down the road I'd want to have, more of a biological phallus, but also T changes you so much that I may or may not actually give a damn, So I think that's all I had here on my list. Oh, one thing though too that has been kind of popping up is I normally just watch straight porn, like whatever, hardcore straight porn, and I'm a lot more aware that my body is not represented within this sex industry that I typically have viewed. And I've had a subscription to Crash Pad. I think it's cool. Queer porn's cool, but it's a little bit more like glitter erotica for me, where I have to kind of be in a certain mood to watch queer porn. But with straight porn, I didn't ever have to be in a certain mood. I just watched straight porn, right? So that is kind of trying to figure out where I reconcile myself, since I don't see myself on the screen. I don't know who it is I'm looking at, imagining my position, or I don't know. But I haven't been watching porn because I have little T-Rex arms, and I figured, why add fuel to the fire that can't ever be extinguished right now? But I am getting a little bit more mobility, so you'll be happy to know that I had an orgasm last night, thank God. Anyway, guys, yeah, that's it, I guess. Hope you're well. Bye.